A former teacher who was shot during the Robb Elementary mass shooting in Uvalde testified in the criminal trial against a former police officer. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. Courtroom cameras did not show Arnulfo Reyes' face while he testified, though he has spoken publicly about his experience before. He was shot twice during the attack and survived by playing dead. None of his students survived. Former Uvalde school police officer Adrian Gonzalez is on trial accused of failing to act to protect those students. Fox 4's Vanya Castillo is in our newsroom with more from today's testimony. Vanya.
Hi, Heather. Hi, Steve. Yeah, Arnulfo Reyes was the only survivor of room 111. Now, there were some pointed moments today as the defense tried to shift the sole responsibility away from former officer Adrian Gonzalez.
He came around and he shot the kids.
May 24th, 2022. It's the last day Arnulfo Reyes would step inside a classroom. That day, he would also be the only one to leave room 111 at Robb Elementary alive after a gunman killed 19 children and 2 teachers. Although courtroom cameras did not show Reyes' face, he's spoken publicly in the past.
I pretty much prayed and I just, I gave myself to the Lord and just closed my eyes real tight and just waited for everything to be over.
Reyes took the stand Monday, the 5th day of trial for Adrian Gonzalez, a former Uvalde school police officer who was among the first to arrive at the scene. Gonzalez has pled not guilty to 29 counts of child abandonment or endangerment after it took first responders 77 minutes to confront the gunman. In court, Reyes was asked to identify every student in room 111 and 112 and say whether they survived.
Neve Bravo, she was in my classroom and she did not survive. That's Josiah Garcia, Rogelio Torres, Alicia Ramirez.
Reyes was shot in the arm. He testified that as he played dead, the gunman came back and shot him again in the back.
He came and he tried to taunt me. He got some of my blood and splashed it on my face.
During cross-examination, defense attorneys focused on whether the doors to the school and to Reyes' classrooms were locked as required by school policy.
And I'm not being disrespectful, okay? Whose responsibility is it in room 111 to make sure those doors are locked?
That would be my responsibility.
Reyes said that his door had been giving him problems and that he had reported it to the principal and secretary, asking that it be fixed. The defense also argued that Reyes didn't check to make sure the door was locked when he went into lockdown, which is part of procedure.
I didn't make the correlation that the noise was coming from a gun until the gun was actually in my classroom. So the noise and the gun, I could not actually tell that we were in danger.
Reyes also said that he had believed he'd locked the door.
I don't know for sure if I locked my door or not, was because I still had my keys on my arm when I ended up in the hospital and all that. So if I still had my key here, why would I have it here if I didn't lock the door?
Well, Reyes will be back on the stand when the trial resumes tomorrow morning. Now, earlier in the day, we heard from investigators, and the defense sought to prove Gonzalez would have put himself in what's called a fatal funnel if he confronted the shooter. Now, that's a situation with no concealment and no cover. Back to you, Steve and Heather.
All right. Vanya Castillo in the Dallas newsroom. Vanya, thank you.